Hey guys, what's up? It's Parvora. Welcome back. And I wanted to just say that I called it. I actually called it. I was mentioned a few videos back that I said I was hoping Blizzard just throws in Doomfist into Overwatch because he represents chaos. Okay, and instead of having to just build up the hype until BlizzCon and all that, they actually just threw him on the PTR today. Now, obviously, I don't have access to the PTR because I play on console, but I have already seen some gameplay of Doomfist, and I have to admit, he is really interesting, and yeah, the game is chaotic with him in it now. Now, what you're seeing on the background is some Total Mayhem gameplay with me using Sombra. Okay, and while that's playing in the background, I really just wanted to talk about Doomfist and what I've seen on the PTR, and what I know. So, Doomfist is currently in the PTR, like I said, and he is under the offensive category where you find Soldier 76. He's pretty much in that first row of heroes. Now, Blizzard has stated that he is an offensive character, which is fine, but if you look closely, he plays the role of an offensive tank. Now, this is what I know so far from what I've seen. He is a melee character, but he does have a ranged shotgun on his left hand, which there's like you can say like a shotgun on each of his 4 knuckles. He does have 4 bullets. Okay, there is no reloading. The bullets just regenerate, as time goes on. Now, he does have a charge punch, which you can charge for a bit and then he'll lunge forward. Obviously, the longer you charge it, the more damage he does. Which, from what I heard on the numbers, if you hit a direct hero with a full charge shot, it does 100 damage. But if you the damage is actually doubled if you make that hero crash into a wall. So, if you do a fully charged shot on Tracer, because basically she's the weakest hero with a health of 150. If you hit a Tracer, she's going to be stuck with 50 health left if she doesn't hit a wall. But if you make her crash directly into a wall from the charge shot, it's basically a one-shot kill. Now, he does look like a high skill cap hero. Almost, he kind of plays like Genji, in and out, constantly lunging at heroes and stuff. And he does look very interesting, pulling off a combo because he does have an uppercut. He does have like a downward, I guess you can say a down smash, which kind of stuns enemies. But they did mention that if you do a fully charged punch, it will go through barriers. So for you Reinhardt players, if there's a Doomfist on the enemy side, your barrier will not block his charge punch. Okay, also watching gameplay of him versus other heroes, Doomfist, it looks like a very hard counter to Genji. So for all you, I'm sorry to say this, pro Genjis out there who think you're all that, I'm telling you, if there's a good Doomfist on the enemy side, you guys are really gonna be paying the price. Bastion does look like he can counter him, assuming Bastion can position himself right, especially definitely at a distance. Now, I wanted to also say that because Doomfist is offense, but because I say he's a tank, because as he does damage with his combos, he actually builds up shield armor to basically sustain himself. It's like a new version of how Reaper, when Reaper deals damage, Reaper gains some health back. But in Doomfist's case, Doomfist gets some shield armor. Now, Doomfist's standard health alone before he even does any combos is 250, but as he builds shields up, it can go to 400, which is why I mentioned why he could be a tank. Now, the shields are temporary, it builds up, but as time goes on, it does wear off. And he looks very interesting. The game looks super chaotic. I actually can't wait to try him out. Can't say he's gonna be my main hero because I'll admit I'm not even since he seems to play out somewhat like Genji. I'm not a Genji fanatic. As a matter of fact, I honestly hate Genji because how I see the community use him, they seem so try hard. That's like, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. But I will tell you this, looking at how Doomfist plays out, I do not have to worry about him since I main Pharah. And obviously, in case you guys didn't know, Shield, which is the blue energy, is actually weak against explosives, so I know I can get rid of his shields quick as Pharah. And I do like his ultimate, which is a targeting reticle, which he flies up into the air, and then he obviously slams down whoever's caught directly in the middle. More than likely will die, and then whoever's more in the outer rings of his reticle will, take less damage. But anyway, he's in the PTR right now. Hopefully we see him maybe in a week to 2 weeks, more or less. So we may, us players on console, will more than likely get our hands on him. I'm honestly hoping by Monday, but if not, more than likely it would be the following week, because they want to test him out, see if there's any bugs, which I've already seen. There's already quite a few from what people are reporting on YouTube, like his health with the shields going beyond 400, almost like 500 pretty much. And then there's a couple of things of him like going through the wall, not through the wall, going under the level and then dying, and some other things. So that's pretty much expected. So when he comes out on console, obviously there'll be a patch to cover all that. But I will definitely get gameplay for you guys on him, try him out, see how he plays against other heroes. I might even do like just a one-on-one in a private lobby to see how much damage he gives and all that, range, numbers. And now another thing I wanted to mention, I don't know if Terry Crews is the one who voiced him. I don't know Terry Crews in that way. I have heard of him in the Old Spice commercials, but I don't know if that's Terry Crews' voice. But Doomfist does look like he is modeled after Terry Crews, so I can say that maybe that's why Terry Crews was, all happy about being on Overwatch and all that. Maybe not necessarily for the voice, but to get the physical features, to a certain degree, but it's, in regards to Overwatch's anime type of style. So Blizzard also did release animated short of Doomfist, and if you guys watch it carefully, this was actually when Doomfist was out, okay, before he was put in prison. Now they show him punching the wall and all that a couple of times. Obviously, like, he's trying to break free. Now I don't know if Reaper I was actually thinking they do a short where Reaper managed to break him free, but I guess Reaper just got rid of the guards and Doomfist managed to punch his way out. He kept punching the wall, whatever, until he eventually broke. He does look super strong even without his gauntlet. And then watching the fight scene between him, Tracer, Genji, and Winston. Genji players, you guys are gonna have a serious hard time with this guy. Okay. Even though this is an animated short, okay, he beat the crap out of Genji. And from what I've seen on PTR gameplay, he beat the crap out of Genji. Okay. Him versus Tracer. Tracer actually put up a fight in the animated short. She did wind up losing, of course, because they want to make Doomfist look good. Now, as far as gameplay, it kind of actually went both ways. I saw a few scenes where he beat Tracer, and then there were a couple of times where Tracer beat him. He is vulnerable to being ganged up on, because in the PTR gameplays I did see that he gets taken down quick when like 2 or 3 enemies just jump him at once. And the only one who may counter him, obviously it wasn't shown in the anime, sure they just left it at hanging, but Winston beat him obviously with the Primal Rage punch, so that's how he wound up in prison. And they left it hanging at that, him and Winston battling at the end, and they cut the animated short from there. But also looking at his playstyle, because Doomfist is going to be lunging around a lot with that charged fist punch, him and Winston definitely work well together. Him and Winston can literally dive into the back lines and just destroy enemies and just bring total chaos. And I actually mentioned that in my video yesterday. I said Winston may be a counter to Doomfist, but just like Zarya and Sombra work well together and work well against each other, it's going to be the same thing with Doomfist and Winston. There may be counters to each other, but Winston and him work perfectly well together, seeing how he plays out in the PTR. But other than that, hey, we'll see what other combos we can come up with. Hopefully he shows up, in Season 5 competitive, which more than likely they'll probably ban him from competitive for like a week. So, players can get used to him in quick play and all that. And once they get a, feeling of how he plays, then they'll bring him into competitive. So all I can say is when he does release into competitive, I may kind of avoid competitive for a while, because I already know for a fact there's going to be players who, they want to pick him, and because let's say another player takes him, they're like, oh, you know what, I'm going to throw the game now. And I honestly don't have time for that foolishness. I honestly hope that when he comes out, I'm hoping the reporting system would be out on console as well, but more than likely we're still gonna have to wait longer for that. But I'm kind of disappointed that that's how the Overwatch community is. If they want a certain hero and it gets picked, they throw the game instead of just playing along and just trying to win to get points, raise your SR and obviously unlock your golden guns. But hey, that's the mentality of the community right now. But anyway, that's pretty much about it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate all the support, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.
I will not fail again.
Hey, they have a talent. Help me find it.
All systems check out.
Play of the game.
Justice reigns from above.
Epic.
That is the way.